U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services is a component of the United States Department of Homeland Security. It performs many administrative functions formerly carried out by the former United States Immigration and Naturalization Service, which was part of the Department of Justice. The stated priorities of USCIS are to promote national security, to eliminate immigration case backlogs, and to improve customer services. USCIS is headed by a director, currently Leon Rodriguez, who reports directly to the Secretary of Homeland Security. Functions: USCIS is charged with processing immigrant visa petitions, naturalization petitions, and asylum and refugee applications, as well as making adjudicative decisions performed at the service centers, and managing all other immigration benefits functions performed by the former INS. Other responsibilities include administration of immigration services and benefits, adjudicating asylum claims, issuing employment authorization documents, adjudicating petitions for non-immigrant temporary workers, granting lawful permanent resident status, granting United States citizenship. While core immigration benefits functions remain the same as under the INS, a new goal is to process applications efficiently and effectively. Improvement efforts have included attempts to reduce the applicant backlog, as well as providing customer service through different channels, including the National Customer Service Center with information in English and Spanish, application support centers, the Internet and other channels. The enforcement of immigration laws remain under CBP and ICE. USCIS focuses on two key points on the immigrant's journey towards civic integration: when they first become permanent residents and when they're ready to begin the formal naturalization process. A lawful permanent resident is eligible to become a citizen of the United States after holding the permanent resident card for at least 5 continuous years, with no trips out of the United States that last for 180 days or more. If, however, the lawful permanent resident marries a U.S. citizen, eligibility for U.S. citizenship is shortened to 3 years so long as the resident has been living with the spouse continuously for at least 3 years and the spouse has been a resident for at least 3 years. Forms: USCIS handles all forms and processing materials related to immigration and naturalization. This is evident from USCIS's predecessor, the INS, which is defunct as of May 9, 2003. USCIS currently handles two kinds of forms: those relating to immigration, and those related to naturalization. Forms are designated by a specific name, and an alphanumeric sequence consisting of one letter, followed by 2 or 3 digits. Forms related to immigration are designated with an I, and forms related to naturalization are designated by an N. Immigration's courts and judges. The United States Immigration Courts and Immigration Judges, and the Board of Immigration Appeals, which hears appeals from them, are part of the Executive Office for Immigration Review within the United States Department of Justice. Operations: Internet presence: USCIS official website is USCIS.gov. The site was redesigned in 2009 and unveiled on September 22, 2009. The redesign made the web page interface more similar to the Department of Homeland Security's official website. The last major redesign before 2009 took place in October 2006. Also, USCIS runs an online appointment scheduling service known as INFOPASS. This system allows people with questions about immigration to come into the local USCIS office and speak directly with a government employee about the case and so on. This is an important way in which USCIS serves the public. USCIS maintains a blog entitled The Beacon, as well as the USCIS Twitter account. Funding. Unlike most other federal agencies, USCIS is funded almost entirely by user fees. Under President George W. Bush's FY 2008 budget request, direct congressional appropriations made about 1% of the USCIS budget, and about 99% of the budget was funded through fees. The total USCIS FY 2008 budget was projected to be $2.6 billion. Staffing. USCIS consists of 19,000 federal employees and contractors working at 223 offices around the world. History. The INS was widely seen as ineffective, particularly after scandals that arose after September 11, 2001. On November 25, 2002, President George W. Bush signed the Homeland Security Act of 2002 into law. This law transferred the Immigration and Naturalization Service functions to the Department of Homeland Security. Immigration enforcement functions were placed within the U.S. Customs and Border Protection at the border and ports of entry, while U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement within land. The Immigration Service functions were placed into the separate USCIS. USCIS was formally and briefly named the U.S. Bureau of Citizenship and Immigration Services before becoming USCIS. On March 1, 2003, the INS ceased to exist and services provided by that organization transitioned into USCIS. Eduardo Aguirre was appointed the first USCIS director by President Bush. In December 2005, Emilio T. Gonzalez, Ph.D., was confirmed by the U.S. Senate as the director of USCIS, and he held this position until April 2008. Nominated by President Barack Obama on April 24 and unanimously confirmed on August 7 by the U.S. Senate, Alejandro Mayorkas was sworn in as USCIS Director on August 12, 2009.